Warren, do you think that just the fact that every 6 months AI tends to get 10 times better than it was six
Right.
months prior, do you think that that has something to do with it? That even markets that maybe we thought were predictive are no longer predictive because it's allowing more competitiveness now? People that are able to use it can come in where before maybe they wouldn't be able to do so.
Yeah, AI reduces execution time, right? So if I'm working on a product and I have 5 people, I used to be able to do, I don't know, five experiments a month. I'm just making up a number, and now I can do 100 experiments a month. So I'm more likely to have if only 10% of experiments are successful, I'm going to have more successes than if the team that's not using AI, right?
Hmm.
Because I just get more hits because I'm firing more shots.
I'm thinking it also allows people or companies that weren't competitive in a space or never thought they could be competitive in a space because, say, another company owned 85% market share or something. Now, with the advancements in AI, they can come in and change that pretty quickly.
Yeah, I agree, but I think it's that they're able to run more experiments and
Yeah,
find a feature that the customers like better than the feature that the other group has, right?
yeah,
They
yeah.
they ship something that just connects with you. Oh yes, that's the killer feature that we really like. That we don't like these older features anymore. We want that new thing. I had it the other day. I was actually building some stuff around this presentation, and I wanted to automate some of it. So I messaged Mural and said, how do I automate this? And they said, well, we've got a bunch of APIs. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to build a bunch of stuff against APIs. What do you have to be able to make that easier so I can just use it? And they had nothing. So I didn't use their tool to do this presentation, right?
Mm.
So did they just I've been using them for years for presentations, and did they just lose out to PowerPoint because I could automate the generation of the PowerPoint, but I couldn't automate the generation of the mural?
Mm.
The one of the big change one of the big changes that's coming is availability of data, right? Because we I don't know how many of you have been using agents and how many have been using agents to do tasks that you might otherwise have done yourself. So, for example, um, I read a story the other day of a guy using OpenClaw who set an agent to asking, um, I want to buy this particular car, this particular model, this particular spec, and find me the cheapest price. And OpenClaw goes off and looks at all the dealer sites, and then it started emailing dealers, and then it started playing their prices off against each other, reading the responses, sending out emails, and got the guy a quote for the car 5 grand cheaper than he would have
Good.
paid just looking around himself or at the local dealership.
Mm.
Right? He would never have put in that amount of work to get a 5 grand discount. But the AI doesn't care about the amount of work. It just
Good.
follows the trail, it does the thing, right? Here's the
Mhm.
task. I'm going to do that task.
Good.
So that reduction in execution, the ability to, I don't know, chase that tail, right? You know
Mhm.
there's something there, but how much effort are you as a human willing to expend? Because we have a finite attention span, but the AI doesn't.
Well, it also might be funding too. How much can I afford to spend to
Yeah,
do that research? Where AI, you
it's
know,
AI is not free. It's costing. It's doing something and costing you money. But
right?
my understanding, at least for that particular story, is that the cost was under $30 for the AI.
Yeah, exactly. It's much cheaper than hiring a team.
Whereas how much time would that be for the human, and what's his day rate, and should he spend a whole 2 days doing all of that?
Right.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And but that's that compression of execution, and that's happening across the board. So all markets are becoming even more dynamic than they were. So dynamic markets are becoming more dynamic because execution's compressing. We can do more things more quickly. So more things work out successfully because let's say 90% of things that you try and do fail. We're doing more of the 10% because we're just trying more times. So it's worse. AI makes it worse for all these organizations that are still using a predictive theory of business, right?
Yeah.